I wanted to make a video for you guys tonight before it becomes 6 o'clock, so this is the closest I'm going to get. But the rest of this, if you look at Unit 2, Module 3, Lesson 3.3, and you go through the lesson that's from the textbook, it's really good. But I'm going to work out one problem now. Hopefully I'll get to another video later tonight, but for now, this is what we got. For number 4, on the first page, which is also located on Google Docs, so if you go to my Google Docs page, which I didn't update the e-board for today yet, but I will later on tonight, you'll see this 4-page document that you're going to get tomorrow in class. But I'm going to do number 4. It says to complete the square and then determine whether it has any real or imaginary roots. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So when you're completing the square, you have to make a space. So I wanted to leave a space right here. To do that, I had to subtract 8 from both sides, so that put the 8 on the right side of the equation as a negative. That off the bat should ring some bells and raise a flag that when we start taking a square root of that 8, it's going to be negative, and we're going to have an imaginary number. Now if we take the middle term, the middle coefficient 2, and we half it, square it, and add it to both sides, you'll see that's what we have done here. So our new equation is x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals negative 7. And then completing the square, we have x plus 1 squared equals negative 7. So the next thing we're going to have to do is take the square root of both sides. So I'm going to take the square root of the left side and the square root of the right side. Remembering that you have a positive negative radical negative 7. And on the left, that square root symbol is going to cancel out the squared, leaving us with just x plus 1. Now once you subtract 1 from both sides, you're left with negative 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 7. I'm going to take a step off here, and I want to show you what happens with that radical negative 7. So that radical negative 7, if you think about it, you could split it up into two factors. You have radical 7 times a radical negative 1. So we know that radical 7 is irrational. There's nothing we can do with that. We just leave it. It's not a perfect square. And we already know that the square root of negative 1 is I. The proper way to write that is to put the I in front of the radical, so it's I radical 7. So finally we have two solutions, and you can see them here now. This is our final answer. We have negative 1 plus, actually let's get the pointer tool out. We have negative 1 plus I radical 7 and negative 1 minus I radical 7. I hope to have another video tonight, but for now, this is what we're going to start with. Let's see how much we get done in class tomorrow. And if I do have another video, it'll be later tonight, so most of you guys have until 5th period, until you see me. So try to get that video, the next one, if I send one, watched before 5th period, so this way we can work on it in class today.